Everything big. Oh, you fancy, huh?
Let me see your hands. Wave them at them bitches hating on you with their friends. Girl, you got.
Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So I have been supposed to have reported back in. It has been some months. I want to say close to 6 months since I've actually made a video. And I'm coming to you all with this video that I promised through my YouTube subscribers and some of my following through Instagram. I've been promised you guys this particular video. I don't know why I've been urged to put this video out, but it keep coming up. So I'm just going to be obedient and I'm going to do it. And it's something fun, nothing too dramatic. Today we're going to be talking about today we're going to be talking about a topic that everyone I got the most feedback from, and it's kind of very relatable to me. Let me just go ahead and spit it out. The topic that we're going to be talking about is experiencing childbirth. So this is going to be for my moms. This is a mommy video, or someone that just wants to know a little of information of what they might be getting themselves into, not necessarily what they're getting themselves into, but what their body is going to be going through, and just these different type of things, just my experience. And I have some quotes here from people that left their information in the suggestion box and just wanted to share with you all too. So I'm going to input their information, and on the video, I'm going to add the screenshots of them actually texting it out. So the first thing is first. Hope y'all doing okay. I come to you guys with a heavy heart, but that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna still have to, do my duties as Jakara. I still have to be here, and I still have to be positive, and I still have to do what I love to do. So that's why I'm still gonna be doing my hair and makeup. I'm still gonna be trying to bring videos to you guys, and see where it goes. But anyway, back to the breastfeeding. So I breastfeed. First of all, let's just back it on up. Back it on up. Hey, back it on. No, for real. So anyway, I was about to say something and I messed up. So I don't know if this is your first time watching one of my videos on my channel, or you know me in real life. But if you do know me in real life, then you would know that I am a single mother. And Levi's dad is no longer with us, and I'm dealing with that. And we're gonna be okay. I just had to say that, and it's so dramatic of a pause because this is something that I'm literally going through. This is something of recent. We were co-parents, and we did get along when it comes to the co-parent aspect. I'm not going to say that it was all the time, but we did get along. We loved each other. No question that we loved Levi. So about that aspect of it, he was there for, moments through my pregnancy. He was there for Levi's birth, and he was there throughout the time of Levi being in the NICU. My situation may be relatable to others. My son was born 3 pounds and 2 ounces. So therefore, he had to stay in the NICU for 2 months. He was in the NICU for 2 months, and it was very dramatic. It was, I said very dramatic. It was very, how can I say this? It was very, well, I ain't gonna say it was very nothing. It was a lot. It was a lot. When he came, I wasn't expecting for him to be born. So let me just walk y'all through the story of Levi being born. So I was visiting my best friend at the time, and we were eating. I was pregnant, so of course I'm going to eat and I'm going to fall asleep. I went and took a nap in my friend's room, and I woke up and I was spotting. And I called my mom. It was something very small. It wasn't like the baby could be in danger. I never experienced spotting during pregnancy until that moment. So my mama said, something is wrong. Call your doctor and I'll come get you. And then she called back and she was like, no, scratch that. Have your best friend drive you to the hospital. I'm going to meet you there. You need to go to the hospital now to check on that baby. So I go to the hospital. I get checked in. They have my belly on the monitor. I'm laying on the hospital bed. And they have everything. They have all my vital signs. They have his vital signs going. That's why they have the monitor. Like, it's like a belt that they wrap around your back from your stomach. And they can kind of like, monitor what's going on with the baby. So they were getting ready to release me. They found out that I had a kidney infection. And that's what caused the spotting in my, I guess, urine. I don't know. That's what they was trying to say was wrong. They were going to discharge me. They were gathering up all my discharge papers, but I was still hooked up to the machines. As they were leaving to go get my discharge paper, they came back and said that monitor, his heart rate just dropped to 0. I get emotional every time I say this because this was a hard thing to hear someone say, because I was excited about Levi. We were excited about Levi. We planned Levi. It wasn't a long thought out plan because we were very young at the time. I had Levi at 20. I'm about to be 26 now. Levi's finna be 5. But anyway, his heart rate dropped to 0. And my doctor rushed in there and she said, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to take him out now. So I thought, I don't know what I thought, but I was just like grabbing my stuff like, oh girl, no, he not due for a couple months. Levi wasn't due till September the 23rd, and he was born June 19th. So I was like, he's not due. So you know what? We just gonna, and she was like, no, we have to take this baby out of you now. You're going into emergency surgery. And where is his father? His father was at home at the time. He didn't even know what was going on. So, somehow somebody got in touch with him. My mama got in touch with him, and he was there by the time the baby came out. He got there. My mama was already there, telling him what was going on with me. And we had to get suited up. I didn't have that much time. To get ready. She was like, we taking this baby out now. And they started ripping my clothes off, sticking catheters in me. They had me roll over on my stomach, kind of, but I wasn't on my stomach because clearly I'm like 6 months pregnant alone. So they had me get in like all fours and turn around. So I guess they can stick what they got, stick in me and do whatever they had going on. And as I was getting on all fours, I put my hand in this position in my elbows in the hospital bed as I was, as they was putting all that stuff on my back and whatever. And she was like, you don't have no time. And something just told me to pray. So I said, okay, God, I trust you. You got us. Because you know how they say when it's too much, you just give it to the Lord. I didn't know what was going on. I was young. I was scared. I felt like, Levi was in danger. When they said his heart rate dropped to 0, that means that he wasn't breathing. His heart wasn't beating. They had to take him out. So I was feeling all of this 6 months pregnant, going on 7 months, all I could do was call on God. And he saw us through. He saw us the surgery. I can feel them stitching me up. I can feel my flesh getting pulled back together after they cut me open. I had an emergency C-section. They cut me open, and I can feel them stitching my flesh back together. And when they pulled Levi out of me, and Levi's umbilical cord was wrapped around his neck, and they just kept unwrapping him until, I looked up, and I kind of came to, because, you know, they had me on epidural, they had me on pain relievers and all this stuff, because I was on emergencies situation. So I really didn't have much say so if I was going to do it naturally. They was like, we are inducing this whole situation, so you're going to have to take some medicine, which didn't react to my body well, by the way. We'll get to that part. But when I came to, after the umbilical cord was untangled and stuff, and I looked over my head and I seen the doctors had him, and he let out a cry that I would never forget. And I started crying. Hold on. Y'all gotta hold on. I just started crying because I was in love, and I knew that that was my baby. When he cried, I was like, that's my baby, you know? And love him anyway. Duh, that's my baby. But like, when I tell y'all that's my world, that's my world. And God is good. And I knew that both in that moment when he cried, I knew that God was good. And I knew that that was my child that God gave to me at that moment. And that's why I was crying. I was crying. I was so happy, and I was so in love already. And I was glad that he made it. I was really glad that he made it. I'm grateful that he made it. That's my world. But so he was in the NICU. Yeah, so basically after that, I had to immediately get put into a hospital room at the time. Of course, they knew I wasn't going to stay for the whole entire 2 months, but they was going to allow me to stay as long as I could, basically for those 3 or 4 days or maximum of a week or whatever. So I was in my room. Levi was in the NICU. I never got to exactly just hold my baby because they had to put him right away on a ventilator because he could not breathe on his own. His lungs were still developing. His body was still developing. And basically, Levi had to, we had to watch him develop outside of my stomach. So that's when the, what the hell? So eventually they did let me go visit Levi. I tried to get up. I think it was the next day. And everybody came to see me. Everybody was come check on me. They heard, you know, what happened to me and Levi. And they just wanted to come make sure that everything was okay. And they wanted to make sure that everything was okay. So they came to check on me and stuff, and I was getting ready to get up, and I tried to get up, and I hit the floor. And I threw up. My body wasn't acting well to whatever drugs they gave me at the time to sedate me to do the emergency C-section. I hope I'm saying that right. But so I finally, I guess, got some food into me. My doctor came. She came and got me, put me in a wheelchair. And her and my mom took me down because she was like, do you want to go see your baby? I'm like, yes. Like, hello. I tried to, baby, I was trying to crawl down there. And I had like really big, you know, adult Pampers, the whole healing, C-section, cleaning my womb, my stomach, and everything was really, really sore for a while. It was sore for a while. I didn't want nobody coming near me. That's how sore I was. And my breasts were huge. They were so huge. The reason why they had me upstairs as well too is because for some reason Levi couldn't get any other milk. He had to, maybe because he was a C-section baby, but he had to get breastfed right away. And I think that the doctor told me that just to promote breastfeeding, but I ended up doing it for like 6 months. Ended up breastfeeding for like 6 months with Levi. And I breastfed the whole entire time he was at the hospital. I would pump. And then I would freeze it and I would label it and put the dates on it. And we would do that way. And I would, you know, pump at night or whatever during the day. And I would take it up to the hospital with him. I would sit with him all day, every day. I would read with him. We'll have our kangaroo time where he can just lay on my chest, or, you know, me and his dad will go and visit him, or sometimes his dad will go on his time and I will go on my time, and things of that nature. For those 2 months, I did breastfeed for 6 though. And, you know, the hospital helped me a lot. My mom helped me a lot with getting him latched on. So we're going to use this kind of spray as an example, but you just want to hold it in like a football position and like kind of had him like this. And since I was already pumping, I was like a size double D. I just look like a head and boobs because look how skinny I am. But they was out here with it. I'm going to insert a picture so y'all can see. I'm going to insert a picture like right after this so you can see. And then you're going to be like, oh, wow. They were huge. So it wasn't like, you know how some people like let the milk go away. I was like, no, we're going to use this milk because it was enough. It was a lot. But anyway, you get him, the baby, and you put them in the football position and you just latch him on like that. That's how I got my baby to latch on. I got him to latch on like that. So I'm about to go into, you know, some of the tips, and I'm not going to hold y'all too long. But just speaking on the NICU, you know, or just postpartum period, check on your postpartum friends, whether it's a guy or a female, because this definitely affects the couple as a whole in a positive way, but also in a mental challenging way. And you know, that's normal. That's normal when you have a child. You know, you have to rearrange your whole life. So when the child comes in a more of a serious situation, it turns to take a toll, and it could make you sad because you would think that your experience would have been like what you had imagined it to be, but your experience ended up being something else. So, you know, just be there for your postpartum couple friends, whether it's a guy or a girl. Just be there for the couple and check on them, check in on them, make sure they're doing all right. You know, they might just need somebody to talk to that they can trust and not, you know, tell their business or prey on their vulnerability and, you know, tell lies and play games with your information. Just make sure that's somebody that you can trust, or a family member or something like that, or seek help, get therapy. If it becomes that detrimental, because when you go through something and you don't handle it and you don't deal with it accordingly as it should be, the pain follows you. You have to deal with that. And like I said, if you don't have nobody in your life that you can truly trust and, look up to for the best advice in situations like that, I say seek help. Anyways, it was a lot for me, and that's why I can say I had my times where especially when he first had to be in the hospital for so long, it can be very, very, very challenging seeing different situations where you come to the NICU and this baby made it on this side, but then the other twin passed away, and it was just like they're just babies. And it was a place where, you didn't want to end up coming back there every day. I would be waiting for them to tell me, okay, go get your car seat. Y'all going to be nesting because you're taking your son home tomorrow. I really, really wanted him home as soon as possible, but God had other plans. And Levi, we got him healthy. He got bigger and bigger. Next thing you know, we got to that point where he had made steady enough progress and his lungs started working better and he was able to breathe. He always was moving, and Levi was always a special child. Like, when I say special, I mean there was something different about him. Every nurse in the NICU knew of Levi. When they worked with him, they knew he would have a certain smile, or he would do something funny, like, lose one of his socks in the incubator. And they're like, how does he do that stuff? And he's so little, and what does he be doing in there? I said, girl, that's probably what he was doing in my stomach. That's why we had to take him out. Because I'm so small and my uterus is probably so small. My frame is so small. So I can just imagine him being big, trying to survive in my little small body. But my stomach was huge. But anyway, so we're going to get into these tips. If you want to, get your a notepad or get your notes out on your phone and type these tips, it'll be very helpful for new mommies that's looking forward to breastfeeding. And then I will go ahead and insert you guys quotes, and that'll be the end of the video. So I drank breastfeeding mother's milk tea. You can find it at Kroger's or H-E-B. And I used it's called MAS. I think it comes in like a can at Fiesta, but it's a Mexican hot cocoa leche, and it is really, really good to produce more milk for breastfeeding. I also say another tip would be to get the nipple butter from Walmart, because when you pumping, your skin can get dried out and sore because it's a lot going on. Like, even they drain in the shower. It's like, I don't know how to explain this. You have to just have milk in your breast to understand the true feeling of breastfeeding. But yeah, so that helped with the chapping and the dryness that may occur after you being pumped for so long. Like I said, I breastfed Levi and pumped for 6 months and stayed very sober most of the time, because if you're gonna have a drink, you have to dump all your milk out for that 24 hours and then start pumping again. And I didn't want to do all that, so I just didn't drink. So also, you can drink the coconut water pineapple V8 juice, and after an hour it works for really good producing milk too, and it really works. And then it makes your milk taste better for the kid, and it's more healthier for the child. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with you guys quotes that just so I can give you some more insight. And I guess this is my way of saying I did my research, sis, because birth experience is it's no joke. And I've got some other feedback from some other women that I know in the area. So epidural healing is gonna be something that you want to prepare for, because your back gets cold. Like right now, it's a little breezy in the house. I'm a little cold. And it's mainly in my back because I have epidural shot. Someone said mine was the coffin. They lost it a couple times. It almost took them out the game. Like, that coffin is no joke. It's like when you got to pee on yourself, but if you laugh, you know you're going to pee on yourself, so you're not going to laugh. Basically, that's what it is. You like, because if you cough, you're going to feel it in every stitch. You hear me? You're going to feel it in every stitch. I'm not lying. Back pain, it was... Why am I reading like that? Back pain, it was what I still deal with. Oh, back pain is what I still deal with, especially when it's cold. It locks up on her. Wow. And I've never had that one happen before, but I've heard different experiences, because I know for sure the guy that did mine, the doctor, he told me, he said, hey, make sure you don't move when I put this needle on your back. Who's not going to move or jump when they see a needle this size, this long, going in their back? I jumped. So God forgive me, but I could have damaged myself worse, but I know I wasn't supposed to move, and I did. Anyway, someone also said the stitches and healing in the C-section, that is a big factor for them when they had to heal. And how I healed my C-section scar was I used a lot of vitamin E and a lot of oil that I made from home with herbs. Yeah. I heard also that I think bee oil is a good one for skin marks. And also, if your skin keloids, when you have a C-section, it's gonna keloid. But mine, it has gotten so thin, but you can still see it like rose a little bit. But my stomach is completely fat. I wore my garment probably like after the first week. I used to wrap my stomach, and I would I would wrap my stomach, and I would go out into, the Houston hot weather, and I would wrap it with saran wrap and wear my waist trainer and my garment, like garment underwear. Make sure you get garment underwear. They're like high-waisted underwear, but they're more structured for your back support and to push that afterbirth back into your stomach, because that's what it's doing. You're trying to push your stomach back into your body because you've been sticking out the whole time. So that was the whole point of my mama and my doctor stressing to me that I had that support for the front and the back. And you want to make sure it's real sturdy. I probably should have got, I'm gonna have to go get it. I think I know where it's at, so I can show you exactly which one that I wore. It looked like a big old khaki Band-Aid. And someone said the first week it hurt to laugh, cough, sneeze, and anything, their stomach hurted. And see, that's what I was telling you. And that's why I made sure I had that support, because I was feeling it. And another thing I didn't wash my hair when for about a couple weeks after I had my baby. My mom told me to, I didn't go out. I rested after I had my baby. I ate good, a lot, consistently, like I did when I was having the baby, so I can mentally, provide the best motherly presence while he was still in the NICU, because they would make me go home. I would go early in the day and they would make me go home at nighttime because they'll be like, Miss Lusher, you can't sleep here, which is against the law. So of course I gotta go home. Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm back. Okay. And also, I always put this in my other videos, but I also yoni steam. That was one of the main things for me regaining my confidence as a young lady, you know, with Levi's dad and stuff like that. It was me regaining confidence with whomever I may have been with. And of course, quote unquote, I just had a child, so I was still with my child's father at the time. And it just helped me regain my confidence with him in the bedroom. Because, you know, you want to make sure you had the same expectation that I'm not going to say I don't want to encourage premarital sex, but I wanted to ensure that I was able to keep up with him like when I did on the reason why we got the baby. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to, you know, keep the same relationship going. I didn't want to change because I had a baby. I didn't want to let myself go because I had a baby. So when I heard about yoni steaming, I initially, you know, thought it was like a womb healing thing. And I learned and I self-educated myself. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to try it. But I couldn't get my hands on any. So I started making my own. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And I'll be on the phone with one of my homegirls and they'll be like, what you doing? And I'll tell them and they'll be like, you got to let me try it. Next thing you know, a couple of my different friends came over. They were trying it and then people start asking me for this. And next thing you know, I birthed a business out of my own self-healing. And it was a beautiful thing. So that's why I'm here, you know, to tell y'all stuff. I guess I went through things so I can tell other people stuff. And that's just how I look at it now. So I was so grateful about that. I still do my yoni steam business. We just did a rebrand. We just did a new relaunch. And we have a pop-up shop coming up this month for March Madness. I am so excited about everything this year. Regardless of what the odds may be betted against me, I'm still here. I still got opportunities. So I will be back to you guys with another video. I don't like how I said it. So with that being said, I will be back to you guys with another video. Make sure you like and be that as it may, child. And with that being said, make sure you like and subscribe this video. I will be back to you guys with another video. Like I said, always before, feel free to comment, DM me about anything that you think would be something that I'm interested in. I'm going to start making more varieties of different type of videos. And sometimes it won't even be about my brand or girl talk. It'll be just a prank, or it'll be a lifestyle video, me and Levi going on vacation, or it might be me and Levi going shopping, or it might be a shopping haul. I'm going to be trying to put out consistent videos more and more. This is just something that I like to do, and I'm going to keep pursuing it. And you guys just keep me, you know, keep me updated and keep me in the loop. Tell me what y'all want to know. And we're gonna do this. I love y'all. I thank y'all so much for watching my videos, and we're gonna keep going. We're not gonna stop. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.